Okay, so if you've grown seedlings before by yourself, you'll know that sometimes they get leggy. I'm going to let you know what leggy is, how it happens, and how to fix it. Now, if you intend on starting your own plants, you know very well that at its most basic needs, plants need water and light. And if you've gone out and bought grow lights, maybe you purchased them on Amazon, you might find that some of your plants aren't getting enough light. You can tell this by legginess. Like I said in the intro, I'm going to let you know what legginess is and what causes it. Legginess is either an inefficient or insufficient amount of light or uneven light. So if you have, let's say, one grow light, you have plants that are, let's say, like me over here, your plants will tend to grow towards the light. Now, if we really want to get scientific about it, plants are phototropic. That means that they kind of react to light in a certain way. So when they receive light, they will release hormones. And basically the legginess is caused by the shaded or the darker side of the plants continuing to elongate and grow, while the lit side of the plants are actually remaining the same size and staying sturdy. So you'll notice that they'll start to bend, they'll start to stretch towards the light. It's just that shaded side of the plant that's actually trying to get towards that light. Now that we know what legginess is and how it happens, we can prevent it or we can start to fight it off if you already have some seeds that are starting to go leggy. So firstly, we can buy additional grow lights like I have here. These are actually cheaper lights that I purchased from Amazon. They're on little stretchy arms that you can see here, and you can get them really down close to these plants, and that will reduce the amount of variance of light on either side of the plant. So essentially you're giving it enough light and it's even light right over top of the plant. And of course, this only applies if you're using grow lights and starting indoors. So as you can see here, this is a full spectrum LED light. It's by Mars. It's a Mars Hydro SP150, I believe, if you wanted to know. I love this grow light. It's super strong. It puts out a lot of heat. That's why it has these kind of like fins here to help cool it down. And this gives a ton of light. You can actually adjust it. You can see you can see the clip right here. This will let me to adjust it up and down. It's mounted to the ceiling, and basically I can, as the plants grow, I can raise this up. This light's even still a little bit too high for these seedlings. That's why you'll notice that my tomatoes are stretching quite a bit. Now, if you're not growing with a grow light and you're just putting it in windows, your plants could be going leggy because they're not getting enough sunlight or they're not getting enough direct sunlight. So what you're going to want to do is find a window that is south facing if you're in the northern hemisphere, preferably like southwest, because you'll get that longer drawn out sun, and basically throw them in there and they should be doing better. If not, you're going to want to invest in some grow lights, even cheaper ones, to help supplement that light when the sun veers away from your windows. Myself personally, I don't have a window that provides enough sun to grow any sort of seedlings. I can show you some clips from last year when I was growing. I just didn't get enough sunlight. I'd move them around, put them on my kitchen table, put them in the dining room, try and get them as much sun. I would literally move the plants as the sun moved through the sky to try and get them as much light as they can. But I only got direct sunlight for about 4 hours in the morning because all my windows essentially faced east. So that's where I got into purchasing some grow lights. Now, my first grow lights were these guys right here, and they work great. They're good enough to get your seedlings started. I don't know if you could grow something to maturity in it, but it's definitely going to help you get seedlings started to plant out in your garden. Now, lastly, how can you fix leggy seedlings if it's happening to you? You can walk by a couple times in the day and just start brushing your hand over the foliage just to help promote the stems to get a little bit stronger. This can also be done with a fan. Now, I like to have a fan blowing on my seedlings. For one, it helps with pest control. It could blow off some of the gnats or stuff that you might find. It helps to get these plants ready to go outside where they're going to be experiencing wind. It's not going to be completely dead space like it is in a house. So you want some air blowing over top of these plants so that they get used to that and strengthen their stems that way. Now, like I mentioned, the other way is to give it supplemental light, whether you want to buy some grow lights to help put over top of your plants that give more even light that are closer to the light, or you want to purchase a big one like I got up there to help also add more consistent and better lighting. Now when you get to the planting stage, or say you're transplanting out of a seedling tray like I have here, which I'll be doing very shortly because these are already a bit late. So when you're transplanting, you can actually plant a lot of plants deeper when they're a bit older, so that the soil level comes up to the stem, which then makes this plant a lot shorter in your planting pot. This could also be done outside. So when you plant this out in the garden, you can plant them a little bit deeper. To help support these plants, you don't need to plant it at the same level it grew at, especially tomatoes. Now tomatoes are great for this. Tomatoes are leggy proof. No matter how leggy they get, you can plant that stem and it'll grow roots at any point along that stem. It just has that property, it's part of the plant. No matter how deep this thing goes, it will actually grow roots on the stem. So now you have a taproot. Anyways, I hope you found this video helpful. If it helped you, please share this video, subscribe for more content like that, comment if you want to see any other topics, and make sure to give this video a like so that the YouTube algorithm pushes it to more beginner gardens like you. As always, you can find the most recent video in the top left, a related video in the bottom left, and the subscribe button on the right hand side. I will see you in the next video.